So the big question is, why do we actually have to build an athletic body? To build an athletic body, it's almost like building an F1 car. Have a look at dinner. Chicken curry rice. When I was on trial in the Scottish Championship, we had a gym session and I got to see the gym program. What's going on, guys, and welcome to a new vlog. We got a double day ahead of us. We're gonna go to the gym right now after breakfast, and then in the evening we got a football session with the team. Today I thought we're going to focus to talk about gym training, strength training. So before the video gets started, I'm not an educated strength trainer. I got loads of interest in training and how to do stuff, and I got some education in school because in upper secondary school I went a football program, which meant that we studied a bit of everything, how to train, mentality, food, nutrition. So I got a bit of it, but I'm not an educated strength trainer. To build an athletic body, it's almost like building an F1 car. You need the frame and you need the engine. It's the same way for an athlete. You need the body and you need the explosiveness. With the body, I mean building strength, I mean building shape, being able to withstand the duels and injuries. And then explosiveness, well, obviously as an athlete you always need to be quick, you need to jump. It was actually my current strength trainer that told me this, that building a athlete is like building an F1 car. And for me, I've always been explosive. So he was like, you got an F1 engine. So obviously working with a strength trainer has helped me to know what I need to do. And he has helped me with program. And yes, we've still done explosive stuff to maintain that explosiveness. But it's not like I need to improve that massively. Now I've been struggling with a few injuries, but before all of that, I had a 67 centimeters vertical jump. And it's the same way in F1. If you put a bad engine into an F1 car, the car won't drive as quick. And the other way around, if you were to put an F1 engine in a bad car, in a bad frame, then the car would break down. So the big question is, why do we actually have to build an athletic body? Because of three reasons. One, football is a contact sport, so you need to be strong in duels. The second one is you need to be quick and you need to be able to jump high in order to get the ball before someone else. And thirdly, stay away from injuries. Now, strength training won't eliminate every injury, but it will decrease the risk of injuries. Currently the back is feeling much better, knock on wood, where do I have wood? However, the problem has moved, so now I got more pain in the right knee. So what I'm trying to do is a few single leg movements, stability exercises, and very, very lightweight. Most of the time just body weight. 3 sets of 12 to 14 reps. And most of the time when you get problems with your knee, it's usually the hip or the ankle. on that side. And because I've had problem with the right side of my lower back, I think it's due to the hip on the right side. It is a bit frustrating having that kind of pain, because you can't really push in the gym, like doing squats, deadlifts. Honestly, I might need to look it up, but it's not the first thing you want to do when the season kicks off now. And at the same time, I don't really know people around here. I'll just continue doing the stability exercises and see what happens, and hopefully that will just sort itself out in a few 2-3 months maybe, so till summer. And then if it hasn't sorted by summer, I'll have a look with physio back in Stockholm. So after the gym session, we picked up some food right here from a pasta food truck that the team are sponsored by, I think. So I can go there and pick up some lunch this week. They have a few partnership with a few restaurants, so there's different ones. Last week we ate at a more restaurant, so this week we have got the food truck, pasta food truck. It was alright. It's now obviously I didn't pay for it, but it's one of them where you get what you pay for. Anyway, can't complain. Free lunch, so it's good. When it comes to strength training, I see it as a pyramid, and in order to move up a level, you need to conquer the level below. And the first level should be that all the injuries, or most of the injuries, say 80-90% of the injuries, should be gone or taken care of. You can't step up and do heavy squats if you got knee problems. And when you don't have any injuries, okay, I do believe that every athlete has some like minor injuries all the time, but I'm talking about something that you've dealt with for a few months. That should be taken care of firstly. Then you step into the actual strength work where you build muscles. Here we're talking about the adaptation phase, hypertrophy phase, and max strength. This should be structured around your off and pre-season. The idea with hypertrophy is high reps, low weights, and then you fade that into max strength where it's a few reps but more weights. And lastly, you go into the explosive movements where you lower the weights from max strength, but you're doing it as quick as you can. In season, I do think that you can still, like, depending on position and depending on how you feel, like, this is why I work with a strength coach, so he can help me with this. But you can continue doing, like, you can do these phases during the season as long as you feel like your body has recovered to the weekend. I think I had one goalie friend, he did Monday, Tuesday strength, and then Thursday, Friday explosiveness. And I have done, in season, I have done max strength Monday, Tuesday, and then explosiveness on Thursday. And then explosiveness with max strength on Thursday. Honestly, the whole structure depends on what you want out of it and how your body's feeling. But like hypertrophy should build volume and the max strength should build strength, general like power. And then when you're actually building strength, you should do compact movement, which means like squats, deadlift, free weights as much as possible to work on balance and stability. Exercises on one leg and two legs, because in our sports we're mostly on one leg. You're pushing off on one leg, you're jumping on one leg, coming for a cross, but you still want to build the squat strength on the quads, glutes, and so on. Upper body, shins is great. Dumbbell press, I've heard dumbbell press is better than bench press, because dumbbell press, it's also the stability with the shoulders. You have seen me in the cable when I'm pulling and rotating as well. That's a good one. Shoulder press, landmine shoulder press, like there's so many exercises out there. But here you gotta think a bit logically, like there's no idea for me to do bicep curls because I won't use my bicep in a game. But if I do shins, well then I will work my bicep and back. So shins is a great exercise to get everything in the pull area. And like I was talking about before, building an athlete is like building an F1 car. You need the muscles, the frame of the car, and then you need explosiveness, the engine. So you gotta combine both of them to build yourself. And then with the explosive stuff, like you could do the med ball slams where it's like a throw. If you want to get that, like the moment of a throw, you can do sprints, jumps, single leg jumps. So there's so many exercises out there, but you gotta take a step back and see, okay, what do I want to get from this? If your idea is to get explosive, like think of it as in a game. You're jumping on one leg. Okay, well then obviously I need to strengthen my single leg stability and single leg jump. So then I go Bulgarian split squats, some reps on the back, drop the weights, and then do a few single leg jumps. And the part where the sport specific exercises comes in is when you're doing, like I said, single legged, single arm, rotation, stability. That's where you get the sport specific exercises that a bodybuilder wouldn't do. You could do shoulder press one hand at a time to work on that shoulder stability. But to rewind a bit, the first level should be work on getting rid of those injuries, work on your overall strength, add more stability, single leg, single arm stuff to work on that imbalance. And then when your body can take it, you start doing the explosive stuff. And honestly, you could start the explosive stuff down at the strength level as well. But you want a strong body, you want a stable body, and you want a explosive body that doesn't get injured. That's the ultimate goal with strength and gym training. There's so much things to talk about as well. Like I forgot to mention, but also down where you start, like work on imbalance stuff. Like can you get rid of that imbalance? That would be great. 2 egg sandwiches just to get some more energy in, and then time for it now 3. I'm gonna eat dinner in about like 3 hours, so it's good to get some energy now. I was just editing the part where I spoke today about the strength training, and so you're not in the gym to be a bodybuilder, and a lot of people are scared that if they lift a lot of weights they'll become big and chunky out on the pitch, slow as well. But that's wrong. Like, first thing first, lifting weights does not make you slower. If anything, it makes the muscles tolerate more, and that will help you to get faster. We're building the frame and then put the engine in the frame, and that's how you make a good car. What separates an athlete from a bodybuilder is that athletes usually, like, let's say 80-90% of the exercises they do in the gym are free weights. And then also an athlete would do a few exercises on like a single leg Bulgarian split squat or deadlift. Let's say the pull, an athlete would do chins, but a bodybuilder would do lat pull down. So there's nothing wrong with the lat pull down, but with the chin or pull up or whatever you're calling it, you get a bit core stability as well. So that's what I think what an athlete would prefer. That's what I prefer. Even though I know I can take more weights in a lat pull down, I don't necessarily need the weights. I need the control and then get the strength through the control. But I also want to say, if you're young and you're starting off in the gym, there's nothing wrong with doing bodybuilding movements to work on your overall strength. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that to gain a bit of weights, overall strength, and then you step into the explosive part later. Depends on your age, depends on what your goals are. Like I said, for me, I'm very explosive, so what I need to focus more on is the strength part and to keep the explosiveness through the strength part. But as I said earlier, I think there's a huge misconception that strength training and gym training will make you slower. No, it won't. If anything, it makes you more resilient to injuries. Like, imagine someone squatting a lot of weights and working on a plyometric spring. Imagine how high they can jump. The one thing I would tell any athlete at any level is, like, try, unless you're injured or anything, try to do as much free weights as possible, because that's the best way to work on stability and balance. When I was on trial in the Scottish Championship, we had a gym session and I got to see the gym program. It's so much basic, compact movements, free weights. They do like 15-20 minutes where it's like injury prevention stuff, the warm-up. But then when you go into it, it's squats, it's Nordic hamstring, it's hip thrusters, it's single leg stuff, dumbbell press, it's chins. It's like, example, after a squat they do, let's say 6 squats, 6 heavy squats, boom boom boom, and then after that they go into a single leg jump, 4 jump on each leg, rest 3 minutes, do that 3 times. Simple stuff like that. Copenhagen is also an exercise I usually don't do, but it's a great one for the inner thighs. And have a look at dinner. Chicken curry rice, broccoli, apple juice. Gonna eat this, and then we're heading off for team training. It's gonna be a light one today, Monday session. Some analysis of the game we played If you haven't already, go watch that video after this one. Anyway, see you at the pitch. For the evening, we are going to have 1 banana and a protein shake. I would want like 2 sandwiches, but I don't have any bread at home. I need to buy it tomorrow maybe. In the protein shake, what we have is, because this video is on like gym and strength training, I thought I was gonna talk about like what sometimes I drink. So I would have just the Whey 100 protein powder with some creatine as well. Now, I'm not gonna make a deep dive into nutrition and that sort of stuff. That might be a good idea for another video. I do also have this powder, which I take the day before a game, which is like something I got from my strength trainer that should help you to get a good night's sleep. So I would take that the day before a game to get a bit, like, I don't know if it works or not, but might give me an extra 1-2% for the game day. Felt sharp today, felt good session overall. I had some nice kicking. We keep moving, we keep trying to figuring it out, and one foot in front of the other. Alright, take care, see you in the next one, bye.